the end of December. We're here for another Being in Sync 366 video series. This is actually series within the series, which I've had many in this whole series that are live for this year. But this is by request. So somebody a couple days ago asked for me to do more around energy and trauma. So here we go. I'm going to wait 5 minutes for people to join on here. Until then, my name is Kiana Sage. I guide people to peace through this process called energy psychology. This is the alignment of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. This is how energy runs, and it runs in patterns. These patterns are often misaligned, misguided, and they need to be returned in alignment with the natural laws. Hello, Oliver. Thanks for being here. Thank you for helping. So the natural laws is what governs all energy form, from formless to form, from material, from the non-physical to the physical. So I'll just wait here a few minutes. I'm just going to finish my coffee, or start it. I just made it. See who comes on today. Who's going to join us? It's a little bit different time than when I usually come on. But here we are talking about trauma and past life. So let me see about a question for the poll here. Let me see. I'm going to go silent here. All right. So here is a question in the poll for you all. And let's see, because this topic, we're going to be talking about trauma. We're going to be talking about the DNA, and we're going, hey, Raw One, good to see you. Sorry I missed you the other day, but thank you for showing up in the comments and letting me know that you were there. We're going to be talking about trauma, past lives, and the DNA. So this is something that I never would have imagined I'd be talking about publicly, because it does challenge people's beliefs about, what they think, what they know, what they believe. And, energy psychology usually will challenge people, not in session, but in intellectual, in their mind, because it's far different than how they linearly think about things. So, as we've talked about in the past, energy does not move in linear ways like we've been conditioned and programmed to think in linear ways. So, anyways, we'll see who jumps on here, and then I'll just get to the content, see what you guys have to say. And then this is going to be a 10-part series around trauma specifically, and I'm going to be addressing 10 different aspects from an energy perspective, energy psychology perspective specifically. Hey, Clayton, good to see you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your compliment. Appreciate that. I don't always get compliments on here, so when I get them, I'll take them. As always, Clayton, I'm merely just a reflection of you. Same with the negative comments. Hello, Erica. Good to see you here. Yes, you are welcome. You are welcome. All right, so we have people joining on here. I'm just going to wait another few minutes. I still have the remnants of this little cough. Oh, Erica, you're coming in on one of my out there topics. This is going to be a series on trauma, specifically energy psychology. And this was a request from somebody on a live the other day, because they wanted me to go more in on the topic of trauma. I've already touched on trauma, so what I have done now is I've just looked at 10 different aspects in which I can shed new light, new insights, new awarenesses around this topic called trauma. But let's just be honest. This idea of trauma it's so layered, as is a lot of energy. So energy is layers, there's levels, there's dimensions, there's chakras, there's systems. I mean, energy is very complex, and it is often a different type of language. Okay, Clayton, thank you so much. So let's get started. So this, as I mentioned, this topic was, I'm going to talk and then I'll get to the chat. For those of you who are new here, I get to the chat after I talk because I want to give people who watch in the replays all the content up front. And then for you all, I'll give, I will answer a Q&A after I talk. So today we're talking about past life, the DNA, and trauma. So, and I asked a question in the poll today because a lot of people have a different perspective of the soul. And the question that I asked is, do you believe or do you have an awareness of your multidimensional aspect of the soul? And the reason why I asked that question is because that would dictate whether you could really vibe with what I'm going to be talking about. Because if you have such a narrow perspective, and I'm going to say narrow, and I'm also going to say a closed perspective on your experience here on Earth, and you do not realize that you have multidimensional aspects, and your soul is a multidimensional aspect of you. That means that there are multiple identities, multiple dimensions, multiple layers happening within the soul. So the reason why I hesitate to talk about this topic in public, and I've never done it before, so this is my first time just gonna go way out there for you all today. There are other people that talk about this stuff. I normally don't because it definitely hits your belief system up front. So what you believe often dictates, not often, it does dictate your perspective, your reality, your experience. It goes just like that. And today I'm talking about past lives. I'm talking about, I've been doing this for probably over 30 years now. And I will tell you, when I first became aware of past lives was, I would say, about 30-ish years ago. A friend of mine had this really wild experience with a past life regression guy. And I didn't even know if I believed in past lives at that time. I didn't know. I was just going to have a unique experience. And this guy just blew me away. He ended up being one of my very dear friends. His name is Navir. He's a Sikh. He's a beautiful soul. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. Long story short, he had said some things during my session with him that made me understand and totally know from my knowingness, different than your thinking. So when you're connected to your soul, when you're connected to your knowing, you will know things differently. That's what you want to access, okay? So when I was working with him, he had said some things that nobody else knew. I had never spoken it to anybody, but I knew. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I on some kind of like hidden camera or something? So the point is this, that when you have a trauma from a past life that has been unhealed, it gets recorded in the Akashic record, okay? The Akashic record is basically like a library of everything of your life experience. Nothing goes unnoted. That's why they say when you die, you have what's called a life review. If you're lucky, you do your life review while you're still living and you're healing those things. Okay, so your DNA has a record. Your record has imprints. So if you have stuff that has transpired, and most of us do, because if you've gotten reincarnated, you're back here on this planet to get us out of a pickle, okay? So you're here to heal. That's primary purpose. If you're wondering why you're on the channel, why you're watching, you're here to heal yourself. And the things that I'm talking about are to help you align to your own healing within yourself, because you are your own healer. And if you think somebody outside yourself is going to heal you, you are mistaken. If you think not having a connection to God is a good thing, that is called anti-life energies, okay? And all of that influences how you heal from past lives. So let's just say you have this DNA, because everybody knows you have DNA. And just so you also know, your DNA is a valuable thing. So don't just be giving out your DNA. It is like, in this lifetime, we use social security numbers. Your DNA is more valuable than your social security number, okay? So when you are hitting up in your current life against a pattern that is repeating and repeating and repeating, let's just say you're suffering over and over and over again with different elements, and maybe there's a pattern to that element that you have not identified until you watch this video and you think, oh my gosh, Kiana's right, there's a pattern here. Maybe it's connected to a past life, because chances are our past life is directly influencing our current life experience, because there are aspects that haven't been healed. And how do you know? Because your DNA impacts every single vital organ, every aspect of your beingness, your spleen, your liver, your blood. So this is all a record, okay? This is a spiritual record. This is your DNA record. This is a record of your existence, okay? And you can heal your record. So the first thing to understand is that you must understand that your soul is a multi-dimensional aspect. Oh, hey, Mike, good to see you. Give out your DNA. That's a good question. I'm just seeing that right now. So 20 people are getting their, they're trying to get their ages and reverse aging. So you have to do that through your saliva, and that's your DNA. Giving your blood to blood banks. They can get your DNA from your blood, they being people. Going into those banks where they are doing your genealogy and all of that, they are using your DNA. Your DNA is a record. It is a valuable record that has a lot of information that goes beyond your comprehension, okay? So to understand that your soul is a multidimensional being, that would let you know that you have a past life, okay? And with your past life, you have past life identities. You have layers and dimensions of identities. Okay, so there are parts of you that are out there. Ultimately, you want to bring it all into one. You want to be single soul occupied, number one. And number two, you want to understand that there is learning, conscious learning that needs to be done by the one who is conscious. And that is you. If you're watching this video, you are here to become more conscious. How do you become more conscious? How do you heal more? You heal all the aspects of yourself, all the parts of yourself. That means your body. That means your body parts. That means your blood. Those all get healed through present moment awareness and access to higher levels of consciousness. Okay. So when you have a trauma that's from a past life, it will directly influence this life. That's one thing I want to say. So a lot of people are so focused on their current traumas of life, which those are very important. But once you fix those, let's just say you heal those, you want to heal what is also maybe made those things actually occur in this current life. Something that was not healed in the past will directly influence that. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you. The other thing is that our soul lessons help us to heal our current life. If you are operating without looking at what is my lesson here, Is this a soul lesson? Is this a repeating pattern? If you have not learned your lessons, they will perpetuate and cause discord in your current life, and it will change how you resonate. So you want to the best of your ability, learn how to heal your soul lessons, okay? Because that helps heal the past life, because your soul is multidimensional. So I'm just going to check of you. So 55 of you, half of you realize that your past life, that you have multidimensional aspects. So that's good. So let me just recap what I've talked about. Your soul is multidimensional, and therefore multidimensional goes past, present, and future, okay? It also goes through different dimensions. So just because you can't actually know it and see it and experience it now does not mean that you're not being impacted by the ramifications of those unhealed traumas. So we want to heal all of our traumas. Past traumas influence us here. We heal our present moment through operating at higher levels of consciousness through our DNA. Now, doctors aren't going to tell you that. You know why? Because the doctors are going to go get you a genealogy test. That's the new trend. There's something wrong with your genes. And that's a seed that plants that there's something wrong. Something is wrong with you. Something is deviant within you. And all deviations can be healed. All of them. You just need to have a knowingness within your heart and a connection to creation, God, within your heart. And that will help you heal. Now, the direct connection is what helps you heal. Your presence within that connection is the actual healing modality, how you do it. Okay, so let me see. Did I get everything I wanted to share? I think I did. It's kind of a lot of information in a short period of time. So let me see what you're saying here. Do I believe in rebirth and past life stuffs? That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Do I believe in it? I believe it's here to be healed. Yes. So yeah. And whoever is conscious of the past life, of the trauma, of the need for healing is the one that is required to do that healing. So Rawan is saying, if the flesh came into being because of the spirit, it is a wonder. But if the spirit came into being because of the body, it is a wonder of wonders. Beautiful. Indeed, I am amazed at how this great wealth has made it cut off. Home in this poverty. Yeah, well, this life here on earth is like the school of hard knocks, right? Rawan, we're here and we all are on a different soul journey. We all have unique aspects that need to be expressed and healed, and we do that, and we are doing it through our conscious awareness. Rakesh is saying, I'm going through generational trauma. That is very important to understand. That's exactly what I'm talking about, but I didn't put it in that term, and I'm so glad that you gave it to me to say, because I'm going to retitle this topic, because this really is generational trauma. And when you understand that generational trauma is through the DNA, it's through past lives. You think it's because of your mom and your dad, and it's a yes and. It's because your past is influencing your current life. So how do you heal generational trauma? You learn your soul lessons. When you learn your soul lessons and you integrate them, you heal your trauma. Your trauma doesn't have to be something you live with every day, because as you raise in consciousness, it shifts your perceptions and your perceptions of reality. Just looking at the comments here. Hindus live by it. Hindus live by, what are you saying? What do Hindus live by? Understanding the DNA is multidimensional. I mean, You know, it's so interesting. We don't live by it. We are because of it. I mean, we are our DNA. We are our spirit. Okay, Erica, good to see you. And your body is a vehicle in which your your spirit expresses. And your spirit needs to be in connection to your soul. It's not always in connection, but it can be. Ping pong ting tong. Says he's gay. I don't know why you need to announce that, but okay. Mike says the past life concept is a main concept in Eastern religion. This is not about religion, Mike, and this is kind of where I really didn't want to get into, because a lot of people make their DNA about a religion. All religions have been created by man. Okay, and I'm not saying all religions are bad or good or anything like that, but we must understand that your DNA is not tied to a religion. We get indoctrinated into religions which shape our beliefs, which is exactly why I struggle with this topic, because people are associating their DNA with a belief system. And we need to start to challenge our belief systems. Oh, Rakesh says that's how tarot readers tell our stories without us knowing us. I have never heard that, but I don't know. I don't do that, so I don't know. Is past life regression expensive? You know, Mike, there are lots of people that have that as their shingle and their calling card. And I don't know if it's expensive. I do it in my sessions if I need to, but it's the same price, because healing is healing. You're healing a pattern. I don't understand people that are just doing past life and giving information without providing the healing. I don't see how the intellectual knowing is valuable for me. Because you really need to integrate what your understanding is. I don't know people that are doing that. The value of going and doing past life is the integration of the energy in the present moment to heal the situation and to bring some resolve. And it does happen in layers. So if you're asking if it's expensive, I would say it's usually not a one and done. Because everything is layered. People leave Arabic religions, Islam, no longer actively believe in or reference God, but main spirit has described as spiritual, but not as religious. Why is that? I don't understand. I don't know why other people are ascribing to what they are. I could just speak for my own self. And I don't ascribe to a religious dogma, even though I was raised with religion. I would say all of my spiritual growth has come from unwinding the lies. And there's a lot of lies. There's a lot of lies in the educational system. There's a lot of lies in the religious system. There's a lot of lies in the medical systems. There's a lot of lies and misinformation. And my goal is to align totally, fully, and completely with the frequency of truth, which is not about facts and fictions. It's about a frequency of truth. And that is the truth that everything is of love. Everything that is of love is of God, and anything that is of God is of love, and there has been some energies that are misdirected. So, Casey, I don't really know how to answer your question there. Oh, Elliot, hello. Well, Mike is asking, is blood testing for medical purposes, is it all right or no? I don't think it's a yes or no. I mean, it just depends on your belief system. You know, just know that your blood is a aspect of your spiritualness. And when you give any aspect of yourself to another, physically, your blood, that's yours. That has your DNA, it has your energy codes in it, it has everything in there. And remember, when you're giving that vial of blood, and you give a lot of blood, they could do a live blood sample, but how many people are doing those lives where it's just a prick? It's significantly less, and it's really a living sample. I wonder what happens with all the blood. I don't know the answer to that, Mike. You'll have to answer for yourself. I know I have stopped doing as much testing as I used to do. When I first started on this health journey, I was doing a lot of testing. And let me tell you, that led to a lot of misdiagnosis. So for me, I don't do that anymore for myself personally. It's not that I won't go get blood taken if I need it, but what I found is that I knew more about my blood than my doctor did. And that was a little disconcerting because I would ask him about certain aspects of my blood and he could not answer. And so what good is getting the blood drawn if you're going to a practitioner who is not educated in healing and health and is only educated in sickness and illness and prescription, which is, my doctor was a very nice person, very sweet soul, but he didn't have any answers. He couldn't help me get healthier. And that's when I decided, okay, got to try another round. Now, I do hair sample testing. And that also has your DNA in it. So, Rakesh is saying, for everybody, if you're interested in diving into Hinduism, I actually studied Hinduism and Buddhism and all the world religions in college, but what I learned is I'm not into religion. I think it's interesting, I think it's curious, but I'm not a follower of a religion. Raw One is here saying, hey, Raw One, I do have a question. Are these your quotes that you are creating, or are you copying these from somebody else? I'm curious. Raw One says, because you're giving a lot of quotes here, let him who seeks to continue until he finds. When he finds, he will become troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will rule over all. I don't know that I believe with these quotes. Hello, Elliot. Hello, Erica is back again. John Hip, welcome. Zoya, hello. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. Okay, y'all, when you're putting these quotes in there, are these your quotes? I love my dog. Hello, Finland. I just put Finland on my list of places to go this next year. Beautiful. I'm heading there in 2025. Oh, you guys are doing ChatGPT. Okay, I'm not going to read quotes anymore then. Thank you, Zoya. Oh, Adian loves leg day. I got a new robotic arm. Congratulations. I lost the arm in the military in a helicopter crash. I'm so sorry. Okay. Wait a second. This looks like the same. Are you one of the people from South Africa? No, you said Finnish Special Forces. Huh. I'm sorry to hear about that, but congratulations on your arm. That's an interesting new way to be. Raw One is saying, to be fair, religion is used to be deeply personal before becoming institutional and creating heretics. So look, religion is used to control the masses, period. Like if you're going to look at religion, don't take what I'm saying offensively. Religion is used as a control mechanism for people. Now, your relationship to God is not tied to a religion. So understand, I'm not saying that God and religion are one and the same. You develop your own personal relationship with God, which I believe is super important and critical to your self-awareness and your alignment. Warrior of the Wasteland is saying that hatred is the way to healing. Well, if you are in alignment with demonic energies, that would be not healing, but creating a vortex of negativity. Thomas, I don't think anything about that. I think that most of our memories have been mind wiped, and we don't have a real knowingness or understanding of our true history. Sabra says, do you do sessions for charity or all sessions are paid sessions? All sessions are paid. I do not do it as charity because there needs to be an exchange, although I do discounted sessions for those who request. And the reason is that there must be an exchange, a value exchange. Oh, thank you so much, Sabra. Thank you for your compliment. I think I'm saying your name wrong. Still, I'm sorry. Religion can get you from your parents by default, oftentimes, yes. Well, you don't have the right to choose your own religion. I remember growing up that we weren't allowed to talk about God in the house because we all had a different faith. So my sister was very much a born-again Christian. My brother wasn't sure he believed in God, but then he became a Christian, but not a born-again Christian, a different kind of Christian. I'm not sure. And then he's still very much a Christian. And then I was more on the Catholic route, and then my mother was on the New Age route, and my father was Jewish. So we were all over the map. We couldn't even really talk about God in our house because we had different beliefs. But the interesting thing is that's the purpose of religion. It's to create a division, in my opinion, because had we just connected on our belief about something greater than ourselves and the love of God, we would have been able to connect. But instead, there was this thing called religion, and there was these belief systems that are indoctrinated into you because of these beliefs. You start to separate yourself from others. And my brother was such that if you didn't believe the way he believed, then you guys can't talk. There's no agreement to be different. There's no agree to disagree within my family, within my brother specifically. You were either you believed like he did or you didn't. And if you didn't, then you couldn't be in his life. Which is okay, I mean, because that's really a righteousness of much of religion, right? Like their religion, and somehow there's this idea that they're better than other people because of the way they believe, but it's all misguided beliefs that take you actually away from God. It's a reversal of the God energy. Spiritualness, what does it have to do with blood tests? It doesn't make any sense to me. Sabra, what I was saying earlier, we were talking about trauma and past lives and the DNA, and that every aspect of your body, your spine, your blood, your liver, every organ, your lymph nodes, every aspect of your body is a spiritual aspect. Your physical body is an expression of spirit through you. So if you're having past life stuff come up, it will often come up in a body part if you have not done your healing, okay? Raw One says, Zoya, you know that ChatGPT is copy and paste from books, archives, texts. Okay. I'm not going to read the quotes then, y'all. Oh, interesting. Kaylee Ma is saying infant blood draw is mandatory in the USA. Interesting. That doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me. I don't have children, but I have had dreams of me having children, just yelling at my husband to run with the baby. Don't let them take anything. Those are my dreams. Run! Get out of here! Don't let them take and touch that baby. Is reincarnation real? Well, that's depends on your belief. Right now we're talking about past lives, so we're talking about your multidimensional aspects, and we're talking about generational trauma. So the answer is yes. Oh, Sabra, thank you. Sabra is saying, give us some more likes and views. Nice. They sell and store the baby blood. Does not surprise me at all to hear that. So generational trauma is connected to our DNA. Our DNA is stored where? In our blood and every body part. Okay? Every single body part. That's what it means. Thank you, Sabra. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for being here. I hope you send us pictures of you feeding the monkeys. What do I expect in 2025? I expect nothing. My goal is to not have expectations or attachment to results. Hello, Francisco. Hopefully you had a good trip. I am drinking my coffee. Oh, you were in the same combat zone. I'm so happy to have you here. I recognize the picture, but you're just on here. Okay, he was on the ground, I was in there. I'm so sorry. Well, first of all, I'm sorry for your pain and suffering. Adian loves leg day. I love that. Legs make you stronger. I actually just read something about if you have good muscle strength in your legs that you live longer. I don't know if that's true or not, but Adian, you definitely have some healing in your future and in your present, right? So was it your left or right arm? I'm going to guess right. I could feel it in my stomach when I think of it. We have the same profile pic because it was a photo we took during the war. Well, I'm so sorry that that happened to you, but I am so grateful that you're here and that you found this channel. That both of you did. So that's so nice. I have not seen your friend since I gave him a challenge. So please check with him. Let him know that we're thinking of him and we would like him to come back and let us know how his lessons are coming along. Zoya is saying, are you believe in evolution? I think you mean, do you believe in evolution? I believe the soul is here to evolve, yes. And we evolve through consciousness. Kaylee is saying the human mind cannot perceive beyond this form. It can. It actually can. But it must be willing to surrender beyond our own comprehension. To perceive, we must surrender to the senses and intuit, aka listen to God. Yes, we are aspects of God, right? So we connect with our own God self. Higher self, God self, that's how we connect. Raw one, love it. Oh, you are from different countries. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for being here, Adian. Adian, am I saying that right? And you're from South Finnish. Okay. Wow. Rakesh is saying most people confuse Hinduism with God and paganism. But they are only surface level. It's much deeper. Majority shallow knowledge all people have. Right, most people do not dig deep. If anybody wants a good value for 2025, I say put digging deep. Go beyond the surface, Rakesh, because that's where we really thrive, is moving deeper into our own selves. Rakesh is saying, if there is a past life, so is reincarnation. Why we're reincarnating is up for debate, and that again is going to challenge belief systems. So I'm not going to get into that. Hello, Rebecca from Argentina. I love Argentina. I had a really great time when I went there. You have to go to my website, Sabra, and I have my email there. Adian is saying, war wasn't too bad for me because I had years of training, but I feel bad for him because he was terrified. He is right arm, 5. Oh, I got 5 points. All right. Well, Adrian, if I may, and you'll have to give me authorization, there are lessons for you to learn about this aspect of your arm that was removed to heal and to heal easier. And this will make it easier for you to integrate this aspect of inorganic material that you're now using to help you function. So if you give me a yes, I'll give you some more information. Oh, he's on vacation. Okay. Oh, nice. Australia. Good for him. Oh my gosh, Francisco's military too. Oh no, Francisco, I missed that. Where did I get? You're in Milan, and then you're going back to Rome, where you live. Oh, thank you, Francisco. So nice of you. I'm glad that you like this topic. This is not a topic that I really wanted to talk about, but, you know, it was requested, so here I am. And this is going to be a 10-part series on trauma, and I am focusing today on generational, really past life DNA trauma. And I will go deeper into that as we go forward. Dueler1 says, hello, Miss Sage. It's been a while since I've watched your live streams. You should enable cash and PayPal options so people can donate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I might do that. Hey, Travis, good to see you. Okay, Adrian's giving me a yes. Thank you. So this is one thing about energies that I never tap into anybody else's energy without authorization. But even so, Adrian, I'm not going to tap into your energy, but you authorized me to ask. So I'm just going to ask on your behalf about the lessons so you can heal easier about the removal of your limb. And because that's going to be not just a life lesson, but a soul lesson, okay? And these lessons are to help you increase in your conscious awareness. So I'm actually going to cheat. I have one of my books here. Yeah. So these lessons are mostly going to be around your masculine energy, and it's 57 lessons. So 57 lessons to learn about your masculine energy. Now, this is all about you raising in consciousness, understanding your masculine energy. So I want to see if I can give you a help here. So okay. At least 12 of your lessons are going to be about learning how to honor your masculinity within yourself. Meaning it's not about what you do, it's who you are. It's an energy. So when you think of masculine and feminine, a lot of people think of, female and male, but it's an energetic form. I hope that helps you. Let me know if you have any questions. So it's 57 lessons about honoring masculine energy within yourself. So of the 57, there will be 12 around honor. Does that make sense? Well, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you said it was okay. So hopefully you find this helpful. I wasn't intending to go that way in this chat, but here we are. Raw One is asking if I've ever had a reincarnation experience. I think I'm living it. But flashbacks from a past life, not in the way that you're presenting it. Instead of healing past life trauma, I'm working on adding trauma into my life. Don't do that. You're being funny, but it's not fun, right? Daryl, I'm thinking about becoming a transgender woman or trans woman. Is that okay with you? Daryl, I would say if you are okay with being completely tied into the medical system for the rest of your life and having a really big challenge, that's your choice. I would not recommend that or wish that on anybody. Adian says, I see. You understand what I'm saying? Good. Well, I'm here for you. I'm so appreciative of you being here, participating actively, showing us who you are, introducing yourselves, because if you are friends with our other friend, you're a friend of ours and you're welcome here anytime. We are all here to learn and grow and explore in I saw that before it got deleted. All right, y'all. So this topic, I think it's done. Done and dusted. This is one of a series of 10 on trauma. Are you being funny, Adrian? All right, y'all. My name is Kiana Sage. I guide people to peace. I do this through a process called energy psychology. This is the repatterning of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies so we can be more aligned within. Our true connection is going to happen when we are fully, totally, completely connected to our heart and our direct relationship with God. That is how the natural laws operate, through our connection and through these principles of the natural laws, which are all aligned to God, creation, source energy. So I'm going to jump off here. I'm just going to see here. I watched a lot of tarot readings. Been always confused by the divine feminine and masculine energy. Still need to figure out the difference between them. Well, why don't you experiment with your higher self and feeling what the divine feminine is, feeling what the divine masculine energy is. The best way to experience and learn is to not listen to other people outside yourself. It's to have an experience. That's what every single session I do with my clients is an experiential session. They will have an experience. Zoya, I talked about my parents having abusive behavior. They're abusive. Now their behavior is completely changes. What did you do, Zoya? What did you do? You changed. When you change, everything around you has to change. Hello? All right, y'all. I have to go. I have clients the rest of today, but I wanted to jump on here for this little bit. If you're interested in more about me, please go to the website, check it out. I'll be back for another video tomorrow, and tomorrow is New Year's Eve day, for at least here in California. Thank you so much for your time, your presence, your participation. Really appreciate you all being here for this series, this Being in Sync 366 video series, which obviously ends tomorrow. So, gosh, we'll see you tomorrow for another amazing topic. Okay, take care, you guys. Love ya. Bye.